Welcome to this Word of Hope on October 3rd, the 27th Sunday in Ordinary Time. I am Father Luke Barter, once again coming to you from my retreat here just north of Colorado Springs. Today, we get perhaps not what we always think of when we think of marriage. We get an image of the very mission and purpose of God. If we look at the Bible, the very first images and the very first chapter that God uses to explain his relationship with us is marriage language. The very last image of the Bible, the book of Revelation, is the image of the marriage feast of Jesus, the wedding banquet of which we are his bride. And he uses this language, Jesus is reminding, of that first chapter. He says, I created you, male and female, in my image, that you were always meant to be together, that together you find your completeness. It's your very nature, it's your very soul when you are together. Jesus is saying, this is my essence. I come from the Trinity, which is itself an unbreakable relationship of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Nothing can separate. And this is why I created you, that you too can partake in this very thing. You are to be my spouse. Yes, the Bible is trying to tell us, God has tried to tell us from the beginning of time, he wants to marry us. Because our fullness, our complete joy, is when we are united with him. And dare anyone try to separate that, break that. Jesus has this little great event right afterwards, after he's talking about this unity. And then there's children trying to come and go to him and reach him and cling to him and not be separated from him. But people are trying to say, no, you children, stay away. Don't bother him. And Jesus says, no, you guys are not getting it. Let them come to me. Don't let anything separate me from the people who I've come for. Jesus wants to marry us. Jesus wants to marry you. Jesus wants to fulfill what you were always meant for, to be loved, to be given everything. And in turn, because we have been so loved, hopefully we love him back. Despite all the times and the history of humanity that the Bible tells us about, we've turned away from God, we've broken this covenant, despite the fact that God saved us from the Pharaoh and, saved us from plague and gave us fruit from heaven and all the miracles, etc., 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 and we've found reasons to turn away, God says, even though you guys can divorce yourselves, I will never divorce you. You really shouldn't divorce each other either. Do not separate yourselves from each other, as I will have never separated from you. And in your love of one another, you also find my love for you and your love for me. And it is in that you will be complete. Happy Sunday.